So what's going on, guys? Here with week 3, day 4, and today's exercises we're going to be working on our lower abs and our lower back, along with some other muscle groups that'll, get worked as we go through the workout. For the first exercise, we're going to be doing leg lifts. So the way this exercise is done is you're going to lay flat on your back. You're going to have your hands underneath your butt to kind of help you get your legs up off the floor. You're going to bring them up to a 45-degree angle. You're going to hold them there for 2 seconds and then bring them back down. And when you're doing these, when you bring your legs back down, you don't let them touch the floor. You just keep them approximately 6 inches off the ground. And then you do that to the 6 to 12 rep range, and make sure to make them last at least a minute. And then yeah, that's the first workout. And when I'm done with the first workout, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the third set of the workout to show you where I either continued or failed within that 6 to 12 rep range. So yeah, let's do the first workout. So for those that are starting out, if you're holding your legs up off the ground for the whole continuous reps and that's hard for you, go ahead and put your feet down, that's fine. For those that are, can do these exercises, make sure that you're holding your feet 6 inches off the ground. And then bring them up to the 45-degree angle. Hold for 2 seconds and then bring them back down. But keep them off the ground when you bring them back down to like the 6-inch mark. And for those that need a harder variation, I would definitely suggest trying to put your hands, instead of under your butt, put them on your chest and try them like that. If that's still too easy, I would definitely probably suggest weights on your ankles to increase the difficulty. And if you do that, then I'd probably start on, hands underneath my butt. But that's just one way to go about it. So yeah. Okay, so for the next workout, we're going to be doing hyperextensions. So hyperextension is basically an exercise where you lift your upper body off the ground. Um, they do have some machines that'll let you do hyperextensions. But for this one, we're going to be laying flat on the ground. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be lifting our hands up and also our legs at the same time. So both, it's just your middle torso basically on the floor. You're going to put them up and then you're going to hold for 3 seconds, 1 to 3 seconds. And then once you hit that time mark, wherever you want to stop within that 1 to 3 seconds, then you come back down slowly. And then once you hit the ground, then you put your hands and your feet back up in the air again. And you do that within, the 12 rep range. And on the third set, again, I'll be showing you, if I hit that 12 rep range and yeah. So with this one, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting my, my hands right underneath my chin. If you want, there's different variations where you just put your hands straight out. You can have them to the side. You can have them, at your side while you're doing these hyperextensions. If it's a little hard, again, for the people barely starting out, it's totally fine if you just do a 1 second hold, at the top and come back down. It's totally fine. For the people that need harder variations, I think, again, ankle weights and wrist weights are going to be your goal right there. But it was a really good workout on my lower back, and that was my area of engagement along with my upper glute, and a little bit, I would say, a little bit in the back area of the delt. But sometimes you might not feel it back there. Sometimes it'll only be in the lower back and the glute area. Those are the main areas that I feel it in. So I don't have any other advice other than let's get to the workout. So the next workout of, your core and your lower back is the Russian twists. These are great for the core and the obliques. And we'll show you what the workout looks like. The way you do this is you basically sit on your butt, you lift your feet up in the air, and also at the same time, the way I like to do it is I just cross my arms. And then what I do is I go from elbow to the other knee and vice versa. So you do one on this side, one on the other side. That constitutes 1 rep. You're going to do 12 of them. Again, when doing these exercises, you want to make them last at least the minute of the 3-minute interval. And there's not really much more to say about that. Let's get into the workout. And then also on the 3rd rep, I'll show you if I keep going or if I stop at the 12 rep range. Yeah. So these ones are the Russian twists. For this exercise, you want to hold your feet up off the ground and keep them held off the ground while you do this exercise. And what you're going to do is you're going to cross your arms like this, hands on each elbow. And you're basically going to turn as far as you can to that side, and then come back and then do the other side. And definitely try to make these last a minute, because you could blow through these really quickly without even realizing that you're doing it. So definitely keep in mind the time and what you're doing these. That one only got to 9. I can't really. I can't think of any easier variations of doing like the Russian twists. Maybe if you want, you could just keep your feet flat on the ground and twist. Maybe use a weight if you have one. For those that need a harder variation, having your legs above it and also doing a weight at the same time is pretty good resistance. Also, maybe if you need it even harder, putting ankle weights on, keeping yourself up while using a weight, so on and so forth. Alright, so for the final workout that we're going to be doing is going to be called the swim drills. So swim drills are basically where you're laying flat on your stomach, hands, out in front of you. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be lifting, say I'm lifting my right arm, your guys' left. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be lifting that. And the arm that I'm lifting up at the moment, I'm going to be lifting the opposite leg. So if I lift my right arm, I'm going to lift my left leg up. It's basically a hyperextension, but with opposite sides. And what you're going to be doing is holding it for approximately 1 to 3 seconds for a good hold, and then come back down and then switch to the other hand and the other leg. And you're going to be doing that, one on this side, one on this side constitutes 1 rep. And that's how the swimmers are pretty much done. The areas of engagement are, again, the lower back and the glute. And for this one, you really want to try to stretch your hand up as high as possible to really feel the muscle engagement in the back side of your delts. But other than that, that's the swim drills. So let's get into it. And also at the 3rd set, I'll show you if I stop on the 12th or keep going, or if I fail within that 6 to 12 rep range. So yeah, let's get into it. So that's the swimmer exercise. Laying flat on your belly. Whichever leg you're going to lift up first is going to be the opposite of the arm that you're going to lift up. So if I'm going to lift up my right leg, I'm going to raise up my left arm. I'm going to hold for 3 seconds, or 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then bring it back down. And once your leg and your arm touch the ground, then you bring the other one up. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds and then come back down. Again, these are basically single limb hyperextensions, and you should feel it in your glutes and your lower back. For those that need an easier variation, I would just insist on just raising your arm and your leg up and then coming back down. Or maybe holding for a second at the top and then coming back down. For those that need a harder variation, ankle and wrist weights. That's the only thing I can think of that can make these exercises harder. But yeah. And again, for these exercises, make sure that you're doing these with as much good form and as much control as possible. You don't want to start training and get into bad habits, because once you get along, the way, it's really hard to break those habits. They're breakable, but it's difficult. So definitely make sure that you're doing these correctly. And if you want a little bit more of a engaging workout while you're feeling it in your lower back and your glutes, also extending your arm out as high as you can and stretching, really like reaching for something, you can feel a little bit of engagement over here in your shoulders. So just a heads up. Hey guys, so good job with day 4 of week 3. If you guys need any help or need harder variations, easier variations, maybe something you did in the exercise didn't feel right, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to respond. Good job with day 4, and get plenty of rest, you know, get that protein and those carbs in, and we'll see you for week 4, day 1. So stay tuned, and also for week 4 I'll be showing a video of kind of what I like to do on my spare time. So definitely stay tuned for this Wednesday. See you guys later.